know. Oh, can't do any work today, can we? Oh, and now you're gonna try to eat my hand. Ow! Are you happy with yourself? You got fabric on your paws and everything. Hey, 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 hey. We don't get aggressive about the fabric. Excuse me. Why do you have thread all over your paws? All over your paws. Good afternoon. So today, and I'm sure Admiral Stitch here, Space Admiral Stitch, will scoot away as soon as I start up the serger here. But we are going to serge all of our pieces that we cut out yesterday. Or at least that was the goal. I need you to move for me, like over in the corner. What if I just scooted you? What if I just scooted you? What if I just scooted you over here? What if I just scooted you? That's a good place for you. Good boy. Stay right there. It's an old machine, so you kind of got to wiggle it sometimes. First things first, I need to go through and make sure that all of my marks and my triangles that point out also point in. Please don't move. Just stay where you are. You're such a good boy right there. Just making sure I do things right. I'll give you these patterns to sit on. How's that sound? Here, you could lay on this if you wanted to. Don't eat it. I didn't say you could eat it. You can lay on this if you want to. Yeah. He's helping. Stitch is helping, that's for sure. Yeah, no, this is a real creature. Alright. So we've marked the triangles going in one, and that's the lining, because remember we put a blue piece of tape on it. Today, let's see here, we're going to do the original one as well. Remember, I loosely cut these out, that way all of this fraying that's happening is not happening on my seam allowance, it's just happening on random crap. Don't automatically assume that your machine is going to work perfectly. That's why we keep scrap material. I don't know if you're going to want to stay there, buddy. Actually, this is a good piece for the ties that I have to make, so we're going to keep this long piece. That's another good long piece. Oh, okay. After all my scrap fabric. Stitch is amused just by being close to people. Don't let him fool you. You happy? You're not going to like this. And if you do, well, goodness gracious. Oh, come on, pull it. Maybe we won't be working. There we go. What's that sound? Oh, okay, so, yeah, I guess you'll like it, except for I don't like the claws out on the fabric. looks like something got stuck a little bit. Yeah, that's not what I wanted, but thank you for your help. You're not supposed to eat the fabric, you ding dong. So it looks like one of the pieces of thread is stuck. So the reason I have the bag handy is because Stitch really does like to eat thread, and thread is an easy way to kill your cat. What he saw was he saw the thread coming out the other side, and he got quite the thrill off of it. So what I'm doing is I'm just resetting the machine. It looks like the other day when I was using it, I didn't give it the TLC that it needed, and so it just needs the threads all to be separated and pulled back. Again, this is an old serger. It's got some funny quirks and traits about it. So make sure you got all 4 threads, and I can pull them back nicely without much resistance. It didn't like create a serge that was bad, just imperfect. So we're gonna see if we can fix it. Stitch comes and goes as he pleases. He is not bound by normal standards. That and he knows how I feel about him standing on the red fabric already. It looks like it's too tight on the top, which makes sense since I did just play with some things there. Let's see here. Aha! It looks like we again lost a needle. I'm not sure why this happens. This happened the other day as well, but halfway through, and I just got to make sure that I continuously check things. By the sounds of it, he's going to the bathroom. I might need the pliers to get this guy in there. My fingers have a hard time reaching around this, the cutting bar without shaking. Alright, now it looks like we might be all ready to go. Alright, we'll give it one more practice run. Oh, thanks. I like to think of it as the gun show. No, I've been doing a lot of working out. I acquired a personal trainer bud. And you can check out the link to his CrossFit gym and his I don't want to call them studios, but like places of work on my Facebook, or not my Facebook page, sorry, my website at the bottom. So it's been after hitting 30, you're just not as youthful as you used to be, so I have to take proactive measures. that's significantly better. We've got all of our stitches. If you are using 4-thread, 2-needle serger, you do need to make sure that you know what your top's good. That you know what your actual stitch pattern is supposed to look like. Some people don't know that they're missing a stitch, which just is interesting at times. How do you not know? I'm a firm believer you should know how your sewing machine works. Oh, and this is perfect. Oh, that's so pretty. Yes, I'm saying that a serge is pretty. If you can see this. I don't think you can. I'll take a picture of it and put it up online. That is just gorgeous. All right. I'll take a picture now. That's with the 5 and 3. So remember, my bottom threads are going to be a different tension than my top threads. Usually your bottom threads, from my experience with this machine, again, my experience with this machine serging, your bottom threads are going to be tighter than your top threads. And Stitch is in the same room now. He's just up in his cat tree, which is a great spot for you, dude. Great spot. I took pictures of that serge, that way you guys can see what a proper tension looks like. Now we are going to take to the patterns. When I feed this, I do feed it with the nice side down, so I do have a piece of tape over top of the screw that could have potentially snagged it. It's just the blue, it's non-fancy tape, it's just regular blue masking tape. The reason we're serging is because this fabric frays a lot, and we want to be able to handle the fabric without having to lose any of our seam allowance. So I'm just making sure my end's underneath my foot before I start. And as it serges, it's cutting along my fabric pattern. As long as I don't pull on the fabric, I can reposition everything. Let the serger keep running until the thread is well past my machine, and then I snip it. And then I'm going to go back, snip the first one as well, so I don't forget to do that later, even though usually I'll have to go all the way around. Here's my scraps. It's already cut it off for me. It's already sewn up my side so that it doesn't have to fray. I can keep handling it. Nothing's going to happen to it. That's perfect. he's to toss away. I gave a little bit more of an allowance along the bottom of my skirt, just because I know that this is where I'm going to have to hand fold over and stitch most of it. Because remember, I am going to hand sew on, well, maybe I'll do a little bit of machine if I can get the invisible stitch going, all of the lace appliques. And I'll show you guys, I showed them to you yesterday. The lace appliques won't come out again until we need them. Yay. We're getting there. I'm doing well. How are you? Wonderful. Glad to hear you're doing good. Alright, so we have one piece finished. I'm not mistaken, this is the what? Front? Yes, this is the front. So let's cut off the other end. So we have the dress form here. The front will attach here. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Drape that for now. That way it's out of the way. The cat can't sit, lay, or eat it. Yeah, I'm looking at you, cat. What are you doing? You causing problems up there? So again, I'm just serging each piece. So this piece, since it's a lining, I do have a blue piece of tape. On the back side, it is just painter's tape. Reason being, painter's tape won't make it sticky when I peel it off later. But I laid out the pattern strategically on my outside pieces. My inside pieces, I didn't care about. So they just need to be marked. That way I didn't accidentally put the wrong one in the wrong place. Sometimes I feel like my serger sounds like a lawnmower running out of gas. other day when I was searching how I get my machine to stay. There are suction cup feet, so it won't move unless I like unsuction, pick it up off the table. So that is very handy. Most sergers have that because they do vibrate significantly. I think it's a nice feature to have. So I'm not pulling it, I'm feeding it. It's like some of you can see that my hand's in the back and it is slowly like, it looks like it's almost dragging the fabric through the machine. I'm literally just making sure that it stays flat and that the silk doesn't want to billow or bunch up as I'm sewing it. So I'm not really pulling it, but guiding it. Front lining is done. Oh, look, I forgot. See, sometimes I do forget to snip off the thread. Okay. Now, not all of the pieces have doubles for them. Oh, except for the back. The back does. So the back, instead of it just being 2 pieces, yesterday we cut the back in half and we traced it out 4 times or twice for 1 piece. So that means I'm going to have to stitch them straight down the middle, which just means a whole extra set of serging. Yay. On a positive note, I have updated the website for the month of September. So if you're looking for updates and see what the heck we're doing, what's going on, I even posted things that we're thinking about for 2019. you can check that out on the website, and the link to the website is bam. I think that's the link to the website. Nope, just kidding. This is here. We'll go this way. Not sure why the website one's not working, but you should be able to find my website through my Facebook and or Instagram as well. On our website, we post all of our photo shoots there first, before they even go to social media. Let's see here. Let's just do these big hoops. One's the bottom. So the back is going to be the longer pieces to serge on the sides because the train. So if you were wondering, oh my goodness, you were sewing that one for ages, it's because we had to take the train into account as well. This one was draw my triangles in. Oops. Luckily, I think that flat side is the zipper side, so who cares? So one of the lining pieces for the back is done. Yay. The pieces do look a lot finished and cleaner once they've been serged all the way around. You know what I'm going to do? Turn this chair around and drape them this way. So that's going to be a lot of pieces for the poor mannequin to hold on his head. Its headless head. Sewing the side like I sewed the bottom, giving it an extra allowance. I'm just going to go back through and hack that off. Oops. Not supposed to be there. Alright, I just brain fried completely on this piece. Baka! Hopefully I can fix it. I don't know what the heck's going on, why I did it this way and I didn't do it the correct way. So what I forgot to do, I'll just share it with you guys because I can't do anything about it right now. Here's the end where it's supposed to meet the dress. Here's my seam allowance. Here's where I was sewing, and then the end where it's supposed to meet the dress because that's how everything else was done. I'm just going to go back to sewing it the right way and worrying about it later. Yeah. It is on a lining piece, so like it's not the end of the world. on this side? No, I didn't. Interesting. I mean, I'll figure out how to fix it, but still. Gotta get my head on straight. Oh, well. What's a project without an error? This side is not the seam side. Interesting, okay. I've got to make sure that I get the top correct. I don't brain fart out on that one like I did the first. Got another reason we start with the lining. The sound is huge. Yeah, it's a serger. It does its own thing. Its sound is annoying at times, and yeah, has to happen though. So what I'm gonna do now, since I effed up, I didn't major that, I'll be able to fix it, but it's gonna cause me some hair loss, more than likely. I'm going to stitch the correct sides, sidelines first. That way, I don't forget it. So instead of doing bottom, we're gonna do the side. Serging my ends, which means I am cutting off the extra but finishing up the side of my pattern. That way I can touch it as much as I want and it won't fray. If I were to touch and I'll do the bottom seam, you can see that it's already starting to fray. So to prevent this, go proactive instead of reactive, serge all around the pattern pieces. I won't have that problem. Reason I'm having that problem is because I am working with an authentic embroidered silk brocade from China. We wanted to go with high quality fabric for this project, so we went right to the source. I'm letting the strips now just fall on the floor and collecting the string. Dare to be different. Putzing with my tension a little bit because it can. Oh, thank you kindly. I'm trying to digital ham. Oh, that's a fun name. I'm glad that you think they're cool. I try to, when I create a costume and people see me, I want them to go, "Aw, that's effing sweet," before they think about who the heck, like what character I am or what the heck I'm trying to simulate or inspired by. So, much appreciated. Thank you very much. We are actually doing, Disfusional Studios is doing a giveaway currently on our Instagram if anybody's interested. We have 3 prints and 3 sets of paintbrushes, 6-piece paintbrush sets, that we are giving away for our 1K follower achievement, if you will. People just have to simply repost one of the giveaway images and tag me / use hashtags, especially if your account is private. That way I can see the tag and I can count it too. So I will sign the print. They're 9x12s. They're really nice. Where's the paintbrush set? It was behind me at one point. Aha! So here are the paintbrushes. They're really nice. Let's give you a background to them. They're really nice Dynasty paintbrushes. They're what I use. I got a bunch of these things that I go through. They are size numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 because they go by even increments. Now that we're kind of giving my sewing machine a break, I'll show you guys the prints. So I'll be choosing, as of right now, we're going to do 1 winner. I'm thinking I'm generous based determining how many people enter. But here are the prints that we have. So they are nice, high quality. Here's one that we are giving away. It is Talon. At the Fillmore, we did a photo shoot there. So you're seeing the reflection from the lights above. My bad. We are going to also do, which one's this? This is Scarecrow. That is one of the giveaway prints. And then we have Miss Mad Moxie. And this print is limited because once this print is gone, I'm not going to order anymore. We're going to do a different print, or a different Moxie version. So people will be able to choose which one. So like the first winner will be able to choose out of the 3, then the second winner will pick one of the remaining, and vice versa. Because unfortunately, I don't have 3 Moxie prints to give away. So go over to Instagram if you want some goodies. I will be drawing the winner for our Instagram giveaway Sunday morning live on both. No, we'll just do it live on Instagram. We'll do a live Instagram feed of me picking the winner and or winners. So yeah, if you need some paintbrushes for an upcoming project, go into the giveaway. You might earn a free set and not have to go out shopping. It'll come right to your door. It is international too, so if you are not in the US, don't worry about it. Enter anyways. I'll ship it around the world. It might take like weeks to get to you, but we'll get it to you. So yeah, fun stuff going on. piece correctly finished. Shift the eyes to the other two that will need some adjusting. So I guess it does kind of work out. We have the extra allowance on the outside. The outside pieces will be needing to be bigger than the inside. Thinking positive, because I'm kind of hating myself right now for what I just did. But serge this silk, I have my 4 strings, 2 needles. My bottom 2 tensions are set at 5, and my top 2 tensions are set at 3.5. And we've got a really nice, clean serge going on. And just as I say that, we're going to have a nice clean jam up. Just kidding, I'm changing my top 2 tensions now to 3 after that debacle. Interesting. Sometimes things get a little funky serge-wise, so that one wasn't as clean as the last one. I'm not going to just keep going and hoping that it straightens itself out. I'm going to open up the machine and get to the bottom of this. Oh! I'm sure you might be able to see what my dealio is. It is compacted with red silk. So I'm going to turn it off, unplug it, give it a second, and I'm going to find some tools. So instead of just keeping on trucking along, I'm going to clean it out. And to do so, I just have a brush, and I'm gonna go through right now and just brush everything. When I say a brush, it's like a sewing brush. It's not like a real. And once I have most of it free, I'm going to do something you shouldn't do. And I'm not sure how much left I have in the can, but I'm just gonna literally blow the dust everywhere. Vacuum later, we gotta keep going. because I've opened it up, what I'm going to do too is I'm going to pull my threads through, just so that we're all kind of starting anew. Snip everything off. There we go. Oh. Okay, we need a little bit more TLC than I thought. It looks like because of all the shaking of the machine, one of my bolts is loose. So it won't pick up my foot. So we'll just tighten it. Now it's not an issue. Those small things right there, between it being compacted with fabric, like dust, if you will, and things just not lining up and the foot not coming up, those small things can really throw everything off. So just reset it. That way you are doing less work later on. Here. So we're going to plug this thing back in now. Had a little break too. And let's see how it goes now. So I'm going to hold my 4 threads, that way one doesn't pull back. And that was all the love that it needed. Which also means I'm going to have to oil the crap out of it when I'm done. Again, if you take care of your machines will take care of you. You treat them like garbage, and they will gladly do the same to you as well. Yeah, because that bottom there is just not pretty, but that's okay. Everything's still hooked up correctly. We're floating just under 3, just over 5. And it looks like we're having some issues again. And it doesn't have anything to do with that. So now it's probably going to be a tension issue. Loosen my tension, and that seemed to fix everything right away. So this fabric is very, very, very finicky. And even though I'm only running 1 ply through it the whole entire time, it's got a mind of its own. And so just keep an eye on how it's, producing, and tweak it accordingly. Don't just keep going and expecting it to correct itself. So yeah, you can kind of tell that the bottom is just a little bit out of sorts. But once we've fixed it, it's perfect again. So all the pieces for the bottom now or the back are done as well. We've got 2 front sides and 2 back sides to do still. And then I still have some lining paneling that I need to cut, but we're going to do that a different day. I just kind of want to get everything that I have cut out, serged, because they're sitting about, and the cat's sitting on them, they're starting to fray, and that's when bad things happen. So here's my one of the front sides. They all have their own pattern piece because of how I put this together. There's no fancy lines like the back panel had. These ones are straightforward. Cut and sew on the line. Sorry this is boring and there's not really like loads of excitement to serging. It's just a step that has to happen. Going around in a circle, or very odd shaped trapezoid. After we're done too with the serging of this stuff, I'll show you guys where I oil it. I don't know if some of you are interested in that. I know that there are some machines like my Bernina and my Husky that you're not supposed to maintenance it yourself, you send it out. So this piece here is where? Front side. Except for, I'm not sure, front side panel here goes what, right or left? It says it's going the right, which means it's going to go, I'm almost positive on my left, for real. I'm going to just clip it there for now. Yeah, they're all backwards. Should have another front side, yep. All of these will get put into that same plastic Ziploc bag as the other patterns for later. Oh, my laundry's done. I already switched it over. It's in the dryer beeping. In case you thought I had to go and flip-flop it on you. So there are pins on this. I know I'm going to have to get back into this later, so I'm going to take them out at a later time, not right now. Ah, much better. Okay. Let's see here. What do we have? One, two. The other one. So only one goes to the back, two goes to the front. Yep, okay, cool. I clipped that one correctly in the spot. So again, we're just serging still all the sides of our pattern pieces, working on our 2 front sides. This one to its respectable place. The reason I'm doing this too is so I don't have to label them later, or right now. I really don't want to label them. I'd rather just kind of clip them to where they're supposed to go and I'll sew them in that pattern later. Which means that I also need, oops, 1, 2, 3, 4. This has got to be, there's the backs. Which one is the front non-lining? Front non-lining. I'll flip it inside out just so that it's lined. Front non-lining. Cool. Oh, crap on the floor. Now we're working on the sides. These directions are quite easy because they have part of the tapering of the train on them. So there's only one way that these ones can go. this one, tape will go on this guy here. More clips. I'm just kind of clipping things where they go so I get an idea. I'm using not monster clips. Oh yeah, they are monster clips. No, they're not. What are they called? Wonder clips. So I use wonder clips. They don't leave hole marks behind. They're great for upholstery leathers. Quick to remove. And you can step on them and you won't stab yourself. I feel safer using these clips around my cat because I can see when he is trying to eat one or playing with it, whereas the needles, I just get afraid with him prancing around, he's going to step on it. Yeah, you heard me, buddy. So this is the last piece that I have to serge for right now. We're gonna switch machines and get the Bernina out. That way we can start sewing at least the outside layer together today, since I got those pieces done. Last line. Ooh, goodness. Dealing with the pieces that are not lining pieces today for this next step. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this guy picked up and out the way. All of my sewing machines have bags that I keep their cords in. So as I'm loosely wrapping this one up, all those Clinique Happy Day bags that we've been saving, I put my feet pedals and or odds and ends in here. This bag is for this machine. Do some last cleaning efforts. So I won't need this again for today. Just gonna my last thing is to give it some oil. I'll do that spot later because that's just gonna... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of oil in all the places where there's a lot of friction. So I've got arms that go up and down. I don't want to just spill it everywhere. I don't want it to pool in the bottom of my machine. But I do want all those joints that were really working hard, all the friction areas to be well lubricated. And I don't just leave it sitting, I will manually work the machine to work all of the oil in. And that'll do it for today, for this machine at least, and for oiling this machine. Time to switch gears. Now this and my old school Husker, the only machines I oil, the Viking and the Burnett Chicago 7, I send them out for any maintenance. I don't do them myself. It's in the manual, so make sure you read the manual of your machines. Because the last thing you want to do is mess one of them up. Because then you take it out of warranty and things get all tricky. So I'm going to cover up one machine as we pull out another. Picking up some thread on the floor. And we don't want to actually kill the cat. Cats, and I'm sure more animals than just cats, when they eat thread, it wraps around their intestines. It's not good. So just cleaning up after myself. Got some big scrap pieces I'm just going to tuck away for right now. Away things I did not use last time, keeping things out that I did. I use this one. Let's use it again. Here's a good use. So I'm just switching feet quickly, that way I can help guide along my seam better. Again, each machine that I have has a different bag that has their own pedals in it. So what I'm going to start off putting together is my back piece. Because it was the only piece that was one and we had to make two to put it onto the kimono fabric. So putting our right sides together. Very large brain fart right now. Oh, these these are two of the same sides. Just kidding. That's Alright. Now which pieces go where? Okay, I'm going to have to stop this stream. It is really warm in the studio right now with these 4 lights on, and I've got to turn the AC back on. It's just going to get too loud. So we're going to pause on this for a bit, let the studio cool down, and then we're going to come back just so that I'm not melting on you guys. So yeah, I will chat you guys in a couple hours. Thanks for those that came and kicked it with me. If you are interested in checking out the giveaway on our Instagram, here is the link to our Instagram. Feel free, if you're 18 and older, because I can ship it all over the country, world, if you will. But yeah, alright, I will talk to you guys in a bit. Bye!